Okay, for all of you who watched part one, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Um, as well, before we begin this, I want to say a few things. The National is going to be coming up soon, or sorry, scratch that, not the National, the Expo. That's in Toronto at the International Convention Center. If any of you are going, look forward to seeing whoever may be there, vendors. I have a few vendor friends who I'll be hanging out with for a bit of the weekend. And I hope you guys find whatever you're looking for. And I'm hoping there's a lot of variety and selection. I definitely know what I'm going in there looking for. Probably be PMGs, some of the essential credential parallels there, and a couple other things. That's that are to be named. I'd like to just kind of keep it on the down low and hopefully pick them up, and then I can show you later. But as well as that, if people are interested in maybe seeing some of my collection and some pictures of the cards that I have, and maybe chatting with me, my Instagram is Penguinspirates, and I'm on there. I talked to a couple big guys collecting wise, and I can kind of see a little bit more of my niche for hockey collecting, and hopefully grow the community a little bit by showcasing some nice stuff and getting more people interested in the hockey side of things. Anyways, we'll continue on. Just discuss the cards little by little. Won't go too in depth. I'll save that for different videos. I'd like to do in-depth videos, some nail days, different sets, do a little bit of explanation, my thoughts and takes on value in the hobby. So let's get this kicked off. And this is one of my favorite old inserts here. This is a 90s insert, 96, 97 Select Certified. So this is mirror gold. They've produced these in baseball as well, and they're extremely popular. So the Mirror Gold Jeter just went for over $200,000 US. So I'm not going to make any crazy comparisons of hockey being similar to that. Just way too niche to be able to even touch a Jeter's value, but there's a reason why they're so expensive in baseball. It's because they're so beautiful, and they just have an appeal to them. I mean, just look at the shine, and you kind of have the gold fading into the silver. Very beautiful design aspect. Great picture, I think. Of course, this is an Alfie. Some people may love him. Some people may hate him. I think he was a great player, Hall of Famer. This is his second year card. It's an 8. You can see surface is difficult with these. Not in this case, but in most cases, the film will bubble up and it'll cause surface issues there. It'll grade lower than most people want. Now, the reason for this, and it was very cheap on ComC here for like $15, but there is see that? There's a fingerprint, and that's inside of the case. That's on the card. So I've been tempted to crack this out, wipe it off with microfiber, resubmit it, and hopefully get like a 8.5 or 9. Just get a silver label in there. These things are just beautiful. The back's not so appealing, but it's interesting how they've they've listed the stats per opponent. It's a very interesting one to look at the back. Not the most appealing design, but a very interesting way to depict stats there. So to go a little bit more in depth here, the Mirror Golds have an approximate print run of 30, or an estimate. There are some rumors that some were backdoored, so that may hurt it a little bit, but overall, very, very limited. I also have reds and blues. Not sure, it's a 45 and 90 or something along those lines, but these are very limited prints. And you can take the peel off, but I believe keeping the peel on, having a peel on, is much better value-wise, just in the sense that once you peel it, can never be put back on. So you're talking about a scarcity issue, and I'd like to keep kind of the more scarce copy. And I mean, it's not horrible looking with the peel on. So long-winded explanation, but let's get into some 0506. Don't believe this is the first year that they started the Future Watch limited prints. Now you have the auto blacks, which are short print, super short print Easter eggs, estimated under 10, probably to 5. But back in the day, these were to 100. You can see Corey Crawford, I think he's won a Vesna, if I'm not mistaken. But he's definitely won a bunch of cups, a couple of individual awards. And normally the non-autos are numbered over 1,000 for the 0506. And the autos are to 999. So the black borders make it very tough. A lot of chipping. Back's not so bad, but black borders, corners always damaged. The edge at the top usually has some issues. The 6 copies I've seen, 9 is probably about your best grade you'll see. So very nice low print run of Crawford. Now this one, people may be asking, what the hell? Why a miniature Connor McDavid graded? Because it's a back variation. And as you can see, these are hand numbered to 27. So these are very limited of McDavid. So basically your number one hobby guy nowadays. And just something that's appealing to this. I like the old school mini design and aspects. Obviously the limited prints. I tend to go for all limited prints. Now that things are, well, they're not produced as much in bulk as the 90s, but there's still no shortage of cards for the amount of collectors in the hobby for hockey. But a fun note here is they've been doing minis for quite a few years, but the only years that they've produced these back hand-numbered variations are 17-18 and 18-19. So only 2 years you can get these. And I've acquired quite a number. Here's the second graded one that I have. And this one is 20 of 27. So again, a 9.5. Seems to always have some corner issues. Not sure why. I mean, the miniatures are usually well protected in the packs, but corners are very difficult on these for some reason. But very nice card, highly collected player. Now we get into some of the stuff that I really enjoy picking up. And these are the HighGloss parallels for your flagship for hockey. So Series 1, Series 2. This is a Crosby HighGloss. And HighGlosses are numbered to 10. You saw in part 1, I had an exclusives Ovechkin. And exclusives and HighGlosses are your two main parallels out of your flagship product. This is the checklist. So they've switched in between singular photos to triples, and then they've had doubles the past year for your checklist. But I do like the single of Crosby here. It's a 9. A lot of HighGlosses are very difficult to grade. I don't know why the cuts seem to be so bad every year. Well, for most years for HighGlosses, but they just are. There's a black border at the bottom, but I mean, you just have a couple issues. The front with corners and stuff like that, but such a limited print. It's just, these are very valuable. And something to note, the HighGloss, again, the differences between your regular base is you have a HighGloss on the front of the card. So extra thick, extra glossy, and then all the foil is in this gold rainbow foil. So it's a way to distinguish and differentiate from your typical base card and your exclusives. Now we'll continue with some more high glosses. This is 1718. You have Connor McDavid, 1 of 10. As you can see, that rainbow foil. What's interesting with the high glosses more today is that they've changed the color here at the back of the border. It's got this goldish tint for the high gloss. Same with the high gloss labeled here, goldish tint. They've added a few different features other than your typical gold rainbow foil and high gloss finish. But again, 9, very good grade. You have a lot of dark on the edge and corners here. Same here, a lot of dark, a lot of solid colors. So you're going to see a lot of chipping. So I put 9 in your average to above average category. Very nice. We got another high gloss. This one's Ovechkin's base card. And this is from 1819. Forgets what this picture's from. Is it, not sure if this was a point, was it a point, point milestone? Possibly, I'm not too sure. Somebody fill me in. But again, high gloss, they've done it with that kind of gold tint on the back again, gold kind of textures and outlines. These ones were much easier to grade, except for the front. As you can see, the reason why it wasn't a full true gem mint, because the front is dark, very solid colors here at the top. So chipping at the top and the soft corner. But overall, very nice. And again, I like to pick up the high glosses for future Hall of Famers or generational talents. And this guy has the opportunity to break Gretzky's goal record. So you can't go wrong with a guy who's going to most likely be at least alone in second for total goals scored. So we have one with, again, I picked this up because Ovechkin's on it. But it's a checklist. So not as popular as checklists, but you have 2 captains, 2 highly collectible guys on the same card, so you can't really go wrong. A little bit lighter for the borders and the front, and the colors used. Again, gold, very nice, 9.5. This is a true gem. It's a little bit easier, lighter colors, not like black like the other one. That's 3 of 10, very nice. Here's a big one. Grade not so much, but I can't complain for the price I got. And this is an Eric Stahl Young Gun high gloss. So this is to 10 here on the back. I believe this is the first year that they produce high glosses. So first year high gloss Young Gun. And a lot of people may not know, but he's one of 11 Canadians, I believe, in the triple gold club. So Stanley Cup, World Junior Gold, and Olympic Gold. So very exclusive club. I know his career's kind of taken a decline, but still an excellent player. Still had an excellent start to the career. He's got a cup. So you can see the reason why it had an 8 grade there is because of the monstrous scratch on the surface. And I mean, it's unfortunate, but when you're talking about copies, especially a rookie card, it's only 1 year of rookie cards. So in a print run of 10, I don't think the grade necessarily matters. Value, well, it does when you're talking about a lot of money, but base value wise, I mean, it's still going to be a high value card. It's hard to find. You usually only see these pop up maybe once every year or 2. It's very tough. So one of the soft spots in my collection. Okay, so we're getting into one of my favorite guys to collect PC wise, Malkin. This is his Young Gun exclusives. So difference between the exclusives, it doesn't have the high gloss finish, but it has a rainbow foil for all the foil writing and text. So that's the difference between that and the regular Young Gun. And they are numbered to 100. And when you're talking, and I'll get more in depth on this in a different video, but when you're talking about Young Guns, the most highly collectible rookie card in the hobby regarding hockey, and you're talking a finite print run, you're talking serious value. So I don't see guys who will make the haul value dropping for cards such as these. Exclusives are probably the best value point because they're a lot cheaper than the high glosses, but at the same time, there's higher volume sold, so there's more comps or comparables. So value-wise, you can kind of get a better estimate. It's not so much of a shot in the dark. You may be way under or way over for high glosses, you never know. But exclusives values tend to be more solidified. But beautiful card. And I love the picture. So this is a 9. These are a little bit hard to grade. A lot of the Malkins have corner issues and edge issues at the top. So 9's an okay grade. It's nothing to talk home about though. It's still very good value. And all of these Malkin exclusives, I graded myself. This was a purchase on Facebook actually. This is a 9.5. Not true gem, but again, corner issues is a notable thing on the Malkin exclusives. But I have 2 of the 100, and when you have multiples of an exclusive print and a very finite print, you can't go wrong. And if I ever want to sell one, I can keep the highest copy and make some money back on the other copy easily. So just a nice card to hold for future value. Very good. And second to last graded card in my collection. This is an SB Game Used Malkin. Again, this is very much PC. These are numbered to 25. These are the Spectrum Rainbow foils. And you will not see these come up very often. I mean, these are once every year, once every 2 years. And these are very old cards. Tough to grade out. Centering's a little bit easy. You can tell by the borders here. Kind of like portrait border. Makes it easy to tell. But again, with these very, very dark edges and the material, the paper stock they're using, you get a lot of edge chipping, some corner issues. A little bit hard to grade. I think a 9's a reasonable grade. It's not excellent. You can probably find a couple 9.5s or PSA 10 here and there. But definitely average. Maybe a little bit above average if you had the 9 corners there. But beautiful card. It takes you back. Like, I mean, that's a young Gino. So you see these types of photos, these portraits, and you kind of see how the players progress in age. And probably one of the biggest cards for my graded collection. And if you people can't see that, that is a 1-of-1 masterpiece. So this is the only one produced. This is a from Fleer Showcase. And this is the Flair Showcase insert set. And this is Marner's Rookie, 1-of-1. And these are kind of like a throwback tribute to the basketballs back in the 90s. And you know what? These aren't very collectible right now. But you see some careers pan out and people kind of move away from your stereotypical Young Guns, try and get into some more low print run stuff, and you might see these things explode. These, I mean, just any true 1-of-1 rookie card is going to be expensive. As you can see, printed here in the back, like a magenta text. Row 0 for all the rookies, and your seat number for the card number. This is a 9.5, which is beautiful. So it's a way to end it for all you Leaf fans. And thank you once again. Hopefully I can have another video out, maybe a mail day, maybe me discussing some sets. But thank you for joining me and looking at part 2 of my collection. Thanks.